when you think about your childhood career, it's actually not childhood dream. It's childhood career attraction. That is what we called our childhood dream. My name is Doyin. I'm a psych nurse practitioner. Welcome to Rethink Life with Doyin, where we unlearn to relearn. The topic for tonight is your childhood dream might be limiting you. I guess everybody wants to be the next, let's say, Mr. Beast, right? Everybody wants to be the richest guy, somebody to make it on social media. But let's be realistic. Not everybody is going to make it on social media, to be honest, right? But some people will more than others. Everybody, and that's just how life is. We'll make it at different times of our lives. Not saying you should give up on your dream. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that, aside from just going ahead and doing things that on social media, we still need a steady form of income. And that's what, when I say niche, that's what I mean by career path. Social media is very important, is necessary, right? But for example, you don't want to be having to, go on social media and having to ask people to, give you money to buy food or give you money to take care of your children. Those are great things, don't get it wrong, but you can't live like that for the rest of your life. That's what I'm trying to say. We are going to be adapting to society and how they do things, of course, but we also have to make sure and let the new generation understand, okay, we cannot go ahead. We don't want them to make the same mistakes we've done, right? Hopefully, so we can build a better life. This is how we make that change occur. So some common childhood dreams are people, for example, some people want to be astronauts, right? Some people would say they want to be firefighters. Some people would want it to be, maybe they wanted to become a doctor, right? Because they obviously were inspired by either TV show or saw, their parents were doing that. Some people were teachers, right? Some people, they wanted to be a professional athlete because they saw those kind of things on social media or they saw those kind of things on the TV. So they wanted to be be a professional basketball player, a gymnastic, or a soccer player, right? Some people wanted to be artists. Maybe they like to express their artistic forms. Some people wanted to do music. That was something that made them want, music was something that, they saw on TV or they heard or they loved their favorite artist and they felt, hey, I want to do that. Some people are, maybe they love animals, right? So they wanted to be a veterinarian. Some people really wanted to be a superhero. And like I said, for me, I also wanted to be a pilot, like I told you. And some people will want to be chefs, right? They'll dream of cooking because they watch shows that has to do with, delicious meals. So again, comment down below. I really want you guys to go ahead and tell me, what was your childhood dream, right? This is supposed to be engaging because this is how we're going to make, effect some changes. Some people are also in, they wanted to do something that has to do with, magic or science because they like, or maybe they like adventure. They wanted to do something that has to do with the shows they watched when they were younger. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, right? Astronauts, firefighter, doctor, teacher, professional athlete, artist, musician, veterinarian, superhero, pilot, chef, explorer, or adventurer. And to be honest with you, there are people that are really actually, they're really working at wanting to become that at this time, right? So my question is that at what age did you realize this was your dream job, right? And I also want you to I want you to think to yourself, apart from the age that you thought about doing the dream job that you had in mind, how many of us are really doing what we wanted to do when we were younger, right? When did it change? So at what age were you when you recognized this as your dream job? Was it that you saw your mom doing that and then you said, hey, I wanted to do that? Was it that you saw your dad doing that and you were like, oh, or is it that you saw it on TV and you were like attracted to that career path? And then all of a sudden, right, most of us will take that on as our own. We take it on as our own career path that we want to do for life. And another question I really want to ask you is, what ignited this in you? Again, was it a star that you saw? Let's say it was Beyonce or maybe it was Michael Jackson and you really felt like, oh my God, I really want to be that. Or, was it your parents? Like I said, did you at the time when you were younger, did you envision what your life would look like? Most of us don't. We envision the career path, but we don't envision what the lifestyle is. We just hope that, or better yet, we saw our mom doing it or our dad doing it and we saw the life they live and we think, oh my God, I'm going to go ahead and get that. Now, the other question I want you to ask yourself was there ever a moment you felt this childhood dream may not really truly be what you really want to do? Was there ever a moment where you felt that this childhood dream was really not yours, right? Did your childhood dream hold you back from exploring your passion? Right? So as we grow older, remember what I said, when we're younger, we had a certain idea of what we wanted to be. Now, as we grow older, we may have a different idea because obviously we're grown, we've experienced life a little more, right? So we have some limitations that may prohibit us from doing achieving those dreams. So what limited your dreams, in order to achieve it? So for example, let's put it this way. Um the world is making, for example, when you're in high school, you could have been told by a teacher that you're good in the sciences, so as a result you felt that I should go become a biologist. It could have been maybe you were excelling in math, right? And your teacher said, oh, you'll be good to be an accountant, right? And a lot of times we're thinking of those because of the society and the way we live, and your dream and everything like that. Or we may not be good in a certain course, and we think, oh my god, I'm not going to be good at doing that career path. Several factors can influence a child's choice of a dream career, right? Several factors can shape the way we think about wanting to achieve or whatever dream career we want to achieve. So, for example, our family, right, can influence our decisions on the career goals that we have in mind when we're younger. The people will look up to, such as the role models, right? These people can definitely affect what we envision in our mind when it comes to the career path we want to go into. Social media and entertainment, the TV, movie roles, right? Those can influence our idea of the childhood dream we have. Personal interest, right? For example, someone that enjoys sports, like I mentioned, athlete. Those are the things can affect. Maybe you went on field trips at school and you saw some, you were involved or in some community events. So as a result, you felt, oh my God, I'll be very good in, being a zoologist because I went to the zoo, right? Another could be peer influence. It could be your friends, people are sharing all the ideas of things they wanted to do, and you felt, oh my God, this is trending. I want to do that too. So friends may share their own dreams and interests, and as a result, that can also inspire us to want to, consider the similar path. Right. We also have cultural or societal expectations, family or even cultures. Maybe they consider a certain career to be better than the other, right? So like for example, maybe engineering, could be, lawyer, doctors, teaching, or so they would value those career paths much more than the ones that maybe you really have interest in. Also your academic strength, right? If you're getting F's, for example, in let's say math, and you wanted to do engineering, now you feel discouraged and say, oh no, that's not for me. Let me give you a personal story. I was born in Nigeria, and my mom, she's a nurse. In Nigeria, what she was doing would be considered that she was like a nurse practitioner because my mom owned her clinic. And I used to be next to her and I used to work next to her. So I felt, oh my God, wow, I think I would love to be like my mom. She's working by herself, right? She has the, so I was like, I think the next thing is I'll be a doctor because I think that's the idea of what I was like, okay, I think doctor is the way to go. Like I told you guys, I also saw airplane in the sky, and I'm like, oh, it would be great to fly an airplane. And I said, okay, I think I want to be a pilot. Such it's so interesting. It was such a limited like exposure that I had. Another one I think was also Kenny G. He used to play the saxophone, and I'm like, oh, Kenny G. He sound. I love the way. I hopefully it's Kenny G. One of them has long hair, so don't correct in case I'm wrong. Okay, but pretty much, one of them played saxophone, and I was like, oh, his hair is so long, and I was so mesmerized by the sound that that was coming, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing, right? And I was so attracted to that. Not saying I wanted to at the time I wanted to be a musician, but I was like, music is something that I think I would also enjoy. So again, sometimes some people, unfortunately, right, when they see or they look up to someone, let's say Beyonce, someone looks up to Beyonce, someone else will really think this is really what I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be for my life. And it's not always true. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to help us explore here and understand better. Right. As adults, so as we grow older, right, we go to college, right? What made us, so from some people, they'll go to college, they pursue either what they felt to do, or some people decide not to go to school, right? So through my journey, right, like I said, through my journey, I also remember I actually, while I was trying to figure myself out, I remember, yes, I lived with my parents at the time, but I literally was so confused about what I wanted to do with my life. And I remember I was looking through my email and I saw that I was putting ads on Craigslist to be like a live-in, right? Live-in helper, right? Even though I had a degree, but I was just like, there was no job. I was like, I got to do something. It's better for me to do something than not do anything at all. So it's really very interesting how we all try to discover ourselves, and we go before we got to where we are or choosing the career path we did. We all went through different stages of our life in trying to discover what it is for ourselves. So we all want success as old as adults. We all want success. Everybody wants success. Do we feel we often chase after just dreams for success? Or, most of the time we're chasing after, let's put it right. The key word is really we're trying to attain to be able to make some money. So most of the time when it comes to the career path you have in mind, we're thinking, okay, you love it, but apart from just loving it, you also hope that you'll make money out of it, right? Most of the time we're not thinking about the lifestyle. We think to ourselves money equates lifestyle, right? I have the money, then that means I will have the life that I want. Most of the time, that's the way we think. But in actuality, as we grow older, we recognize that, okay, yes, money can give you the lifestyle to some extent, but in some cases, money really takes away most of the time from the lifestyle that you really want to live, right? So my point to you is that your childhood dream, right? It's a childhood. What I want you to understand very, very importantly is that when you think about your childhood career, it's actually not childhood dream. It's childhood career attraction. That is what we call dream, right? So again, it's your childhood attraction or childhood career attraction. That does not equate childhood dream. It's literally childhood career attraction. That is what we called our childhood dream. So when it comes to the career path, so what I'm trying to say to you is that the childhood attraction you have, right? Let's say you were attracted to someone that was an engineer. It's an attraction. It does not mean you're supposed to be an engineer. Okay? And it does not mean you're not supposed to be one. But what I'm trying to say to you is that what is the reason? What I want you to pay attention to is why were you attracted to the career path itself? Why was it that I was attracted to be a pilot? Why was it that I was attracted to my mom being, working in the clinic? And why was I attracted to Kenny G? Like I said, I may be messing up the star, but again, let's say Kenny G? Why was I attracted to him and his music? Most of the time, we get it. Some people will see Beyonce and they think to themselves, "Oh my God, Beyonce is amazing and this and that. I want to be that." But the question is not really that you're supposed to be Beyonce. The question you really need to ask yourself is, what was it about that? What was it about Beyonce that you found attractive? So most of the time when we were younger, we were taking the childhood dream of the job we have in mind, and we go ahead as we grow older, we just go ahead and say, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and pursue to become a doctor, or because my dad was a doctor and I love the life that he lived. But you really need to ask yourself, what was it about being a doctor that you found attractive? Right? So those are the really, really concerning questions. And it's so interesting that, like I said, most of us sometimes we don't ask those questions. I didn't ask those questions to myself. It was later on that I discovered, right? I was on my path to, trying to be on that path of medical school. I'm like, okay, I did it and I really was working towards it and I was doing well. But I really wanted to do something that was naturally me. And as I discovered my own path. I discovered that psychiatry was one, and Rethink Life then later became my purpose through the journey. And everybody has this for themselves. So your childhood dream, it's childhood attraction through the career path. It's something. It's exposing something about you. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you're supposed to be, and it does not mean that that's not what you're not supposed to be. But you really want to ask yourself some questions. So I want you guys to make sure you explore. Like I said, if you have children, and they tell you, "Hey, I want to be this, I want to be that." Let's really start asking questions about what is it about the career choice that made that person or the individual want to be attracted towards that. There are some things that I would go over next time I cover how to discover your passion and monetize it. I will explain. I will ask you guys some questions, and it will really help you to explore those questions and help your children and help yourself. People that want to change career path or stuff like that, to be able to really be in the right career path for their lives. Remember what I said, almost 33 to 50% of your life you spend in the career world. You don't want that to be something you're coming, like people come for that even in psychiatry because they're burnt out at work, right? And we understand from the last show that, burning out, when you feel burnt out at work, that could really either shorten your life or make it longer. So childhood dreams are often limited by several reasons, right? What are the limits that cause us to have limitations when it comes to our childhood dream? We have, for example, a child's dream of being a firefighter because they see firefighters on TV. Societal expectations, right? Many kids dream of being doctors or lawyers because those jobs are often considered successful, right? Fear of failure, the fear that, if I go ahead and, the fear can lead us to cling to our childhood dreams. Even though we're adults, we recognize, oh, you know what, for example, let's say I recognize that, oh my God, medical school wasn't for me. And now I'm probably afraid because I've told the whole world that I'm supposed to be a doctor. And now all of a sudden, somebody else might think, oh my God, she's a failure because she didn't go pursue that. So sometimes people are fearful, right? We're fearful of, it's so crazy because we really need to fulfill our lives. The family you come from, the culture you live in, that has a big role. For example, somebody may want to go ahead and be an artist. I'm not, and they will recognize, oh my God, artistry or be doing an artist work is not going to make money for me. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But to be honest with you, there are ways you can monetize your gifts. There are ways you can monetize the artist or artistry. You can be an artist. You do know you can be an artist even as a surgeon. Yes, you understand the ways of doing things, but you have to also apply some things depending on what kind of art and surgery you're in, right? So, for example, like the little that I know about, medical school, they actually want people that are musicians. They prefer people that are doing music and doing something different other than biology. They don't really want you to be doing biology. They want you to do music, art or whatever. They need something different. So it's so interesting. And there will be other people that I'll bring on this show because you guys will, there's someone I spoke to recently, I spoke to a while back where we we're all having a conversation and he spoke about how he's a regional director. And it was like he didn't even need an accounting degree. A lot of, somebody else was doing there's another person I also spoke to at the same time. They were talking about how they do for example, let's say you have a bottle. I forgot what they call it, but it's some kind of engineering that has to do with the kind, like they are the ones that, they. This is like a marketing / engineering job about how to. I forgot what it's called, about how to market like the kind of bottles you have, changing the bottle sizes, changing the fonts, making it the color it is. It's some kind of engineering. And a lot of times we're not even exposed to these fields because all our parents, right? Our parents only knows but so much. So we are limited even with what we know. We only know what society consider to be successful. So lack of exposure, right, can also limit us from achieving our, can limit us and make us stay stuck with our childhood dreams. For example, changing your interests and values. For example, maybe when you were younger, a little girl's dream of being a princess when she was 5, right? As she grows older, she now realizes that she loves sports and she wants to play soccer instead, right? This person may be confused about being, going, like I said, it's really interesting. Personality also has a role to play. Fear of judgment. Another is maybe perfectionism, right? A child who dreams of being a famous artist might feel that, they need to paint perfectly, right? So if they make a mistake, they may give up on the art altogether themselves. So maybe sometimes lack of support, right, can also, cause us to not want to change our childhood dreams or vision. Another could be a teenager who wanted to be a professional gamer might feel conflicted, when they realize they enjoy science, right? Some people are gifted at multiple things. So they may feel conflicted, like, oh, do I really want to be that? For example, I can sing, I can do this, I can act. Well, maybe not an artist, I can't act like that, but I can act a little bit. But I can sing really well, right? And I was wondering when I used to go to church, and people were like, "Oh, what's your purpose?" And I'm looking at them like, I have I have a lot of talent. So which one am I supposed to focus on, right? So a lot of those things can affect our, vision of what it is that we're supposed to be when we grow older. Sometimes as we grow older, right? You're an adult now. We're an adult, and we understand that money is very important, right? We understand that we need money to be able to buy things that we love and live the life that we want, right? Most of the time, we recognize that as adults. But now let's go a little farther. So let's put together, apart from, the childhood dream you had and what attracted you to it, right? I Part of the questions I want you to ask yourself, depending, what career path, write the career path that you have in mind that you found attractive, and write down what is the reason why you want to go into that. Right? It's very important to ask ourselves those questions. Like I said, in the next video, in the next TV, the next show that I do, I will talk more about how you can discover your passion and how to monetize that for yourself. Um, so let's put another question I want you to ask yourself is, even when a childhood dream or adult aspiration feels right? Even when, let's say, you grow up now and the childhood dream is really what you're supposed to be, several factors can limit our ability to achieve that career or dream job. So apart from, like I said, fear of failure, right? You can start, let's say, if you have, let's say a person wants to be a musician and they're afraid, right? They're afraid that they would not be good enough to perform. So one of the ways that we can fix this is maybe, start, for example, you can volunteer at nursing homes. They will love your music. Even if it's not good, they will still love it. But point is, you can also do it in front of your family members, right? Your family or friends first, and really, get the people that are in your corner that will tell you the truth about what it is. They will tell you, because these people are looking out for you. So you want to know who are in your corner. Who are the people that you can say, you know what, they will give me honest opinion about what I'm doing. And I think, it's not because they want you to fail. It's really because they really want you to succeed. Sometimes your family members are the ones you can count on, right? So again, think about the people that are in your corner, okay? And sometimes they may not be family members, but really connect within yourself. Who are the people? So you can start playing for family or friends first. Let's say financial constraints is a problem that you recognize can be a limiting factor, right? When it comes to now that you know your childhood dream is your adult dream. What are the limiting factors? Financial constraints. Someone, for example, maybe they dream of being a doctor, right? But they worry about the cost of medical school. Absolutely. So especially nowadays, they have schools that are out there that you can go to that will be able to, pay for your schooling. Another could be that you could look into scholarships, right? Financial aid programs that can help you pay for your education. Another thing, you can also start from local community colleges. Before you go ahead and start putting money into something, like let's say a career path, like I said, you really want to ask yourself, and I really want you to stay tuned on the next show where it talks about how to discover your purpose and your niche, so you can know the questions you need to ask yourself before you go ahead and do anything, because you don't want to be experimenting. It's not easy. Okay, you're spending money, you're spending time. So lack of skills or qualifications. Some people may feel like, what, for example, I wanted to be a graphic designer, but they may feel like, I'm not that technological savvy yet, or I don't have the design software knowledge. Something they can do is you can take online classes. They do have some free resources out there. You can always research. Remember what I told you guys, if you look for solutions, you will find solutions. Don't stay focused on the problems you feel or you see, because there's always a solution for everything. We just have to change the perspective just a little bit. That's all. It's really crazy, but if you think about it, it will really work for you. Another could be maybe people feel discouraged because the job market, right, is so much competition, maybe in the field you want to go for, right? So a child could dream of being a veterinarian, right? Or better yet, let's even say psychiatry that we do right now. People may feel, my God, oh, everybody's a psychiatrist, right? I can't be one because they say we have a shortage. But you can do things that will make you stand out. You can do things that will make you stand out. And those are the things that I also coach people on how to do. So, for example, a veterinarian, right? You're dreaming of being a veterinarian. What are the things you can do when you're younger? Go volunteer, right? Go to the animal shelter and volunteer. Go to those training courses whereby, or even dog seats, or do those training courses for dogs. People make money from that. Right? You can volunteer at animal shelters or do internships to gain experience. This can help you stand out when you're applying for jobs later. Another thing is also, I want you to focus on work-life balance. Like I said, I don't say work-life balance. I say life-work balance, because it's life then work. Your work should be your life. It's crazy. It's really your work that you do, right? When I say it should be your life, I say your business should be an extension of your life, but your work should be your life. What do I mean by that? Do something that is naturally who you are. Then it feels like you're not working. You feel like you love and you enjoy what you do. But whatever your childhood dream is, and now it's meshing with your adult dream, you want to go ahead and think to yourself, does this give me the life that I want to live? Right? Most of the time when we were younger, we didn't think about the life we want to live. We were just focused on the career path and, being a success when we're in the, when we're trying to go to college, being a success is what we're thinking about. Most of the time when we were young, when we were like around the age of, the high school, we were thinking about how much money we're going to make. Then later on, when we're in our, in our 20s and 30s and 40s, then we're thinking about the life we want to live, like the lifestyle. So I want you guys to go ahead and think about this thing ahead of time, not think about it later down the line. And just be honest, to be honest with you guys, it takes about, people feel like sometimes when they're in high school, they feel like they need to know what they want to do. They must know exactly how they want to be and who they're supposed to. I get it. The pressure is so much, especially when we're younger, right? Everybody else is like, oh, I'm going to college. And you think to yourself, oh, I don't know what I want to do, right? or you think, oh, I want to be a surgeon. And somebody's like, oh, I don't even know what I want to do. Like I said, that's why I asked you guys in the beginning, what is it that you wanted to do when you were younger? Are you doing it now? Right? So a lot of times people think we're supposed to be those things, but we never thought about the future. We never thought about like the lifestyle, what it really looks like. When we now get that job, you're like, oh, dang, I can't even sleep. I'm working 24 hours. It just feels like I can't even breathe. Most of us, sometimes we don't think about, the lifestyle. We think about just, the success itself. So I want you, that's why I'm asking you to, for example, when you're attracted to Beyonce, or it may not necessarily be Beyonce that you were attracted to. Maybe it was something about her aura that was attractive to you, right? Or maybe it was, for example, the pilot that I wanted to do, maybe it was just freedom and autonomy. Me seeing my mom working, that was just her being, that was what I was attracted to, was really autonomy. That was what I was attracted to. I understand that now that I'm older, but I'm not that old. But point is, now that I'm younger, okay? But point is, I understand that better now, right? But I didn't understand that when I was younger. So I recognize now that I'm older now, I'm like, oh, this is why I liked that kind of field, and this is why I was attracted to being a pilot, or this is what it is that was what it was for me. So again, life work balance. An adult wants to start a bakery but is worried about managing time with family. So for example, such a person can start small by baking on weekends or after work. This way they can test their baking skills and build a customer base without giving up on their job, right? If you want to bake, go ahead and invite your friends, do like a whole party for them, throw a game night, whatever, and bake for free. Let them eat what and then give them your card, let them know, hey, I'm here, this is what I'm doing. You're right. You have to utilize the people that you have around you. Go to schools, go to colleges and stuff like that. Go to PTA meetings, let people know you're there. So another thing that could also prohibit us from, achieving our childhood dream, even when now that let's say now the childhood dream is supposed to be your adult dream. Self-doubt, right? A person wants to write a book, but they're thinking, oh my God, you know what? My writing is not good enough. Go get help, right? Go get the help you need. You can join a writing group, right? You can even share your work or publication, and you can go ahead and let people give you some encouragement or feedback, constructive feedback, right, about what you're doing. Right on. I always tell my clients in my practice, for example, create a social media account, and you can just go ahead, if you're looking for a job, go ahead and start doing things you love, and just start documenting in real time what that is for you. External expectations, right? A child dreams of becoming an artist, but their parents want them to be a lawyer, right? They can have an open conversation with their family about their passion and show them how serious they are about pursuing art. Maybe by sharing their artwork or plans. Now, don't get that wrong. I get it. That's going to be difficult for parents to say, sure, go study art. But one thing I help you discover is that you can actually do a job that will still have the artistic, qualities in it. It's so crazy. A lot of people don't realize that. For example, let's say you like hospitality, you love to care for people. You do know every industry, pharmaceutical, technology, every industry have a hospitality service. They have a hospitality area in their company. Like, it's so interesting because people may think, oh, I'm supposed to be an artist. Maybe that's not what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to use your artistic, right? Your artistic capabilities in the field you're in. So burnouts and fatigue could also cause us to not want to go ahead and achieve the goals we have in mind, even though we know it's a childhood dream and it's really an adult dream. For example, an adult's working a boring job all day and they feel too tired to pursue their passion of photography, right? So, for example, such a person can dedicate just a little bit of time each week to take photos. They can invite your friends, do free photo shoots, right? If you know you're good at, I know some client that is really good at photography. She's good at but she's good at photography, she's good at makeup, she's good at styling. So I told her, I'm like, hey, whenever when she goes to work, she's like, I love the job that I do. We were able to switch from the career role she was doing at the, she was a security person before, right? Think of someone that wants to be a stylist. She has talent in being a stylist, but she was working as a security person. So she was wearing the same outfit. Now that she's now in her role, now that she's in the work, now she's working a job that has to do with, being in the office management, right? It's so crazy how life really opened the doors for her. Now she dresses up and she's like, people are like, oh my God, the way you dress up is so amazing. Who dressed, who put it together? And she was like, oh, is this something I put out of my closet? I told her, I said, don't say it's something you got out of your closet. Tell them you're a personal stylist. This is what you do. Create a card, market yourself, right? You are your brand. So these are the things that you can do. And I told her, and now this person, like, she's really loving what she does, because when we discovered her niche, she realized, oh, okay, when it comes to the management area is what I really, really will do so great in. And right now she's like, I'm working, but I don't feel like I'm working. I love what I do. So I will show you guys how I can help anyone discover what it is that they're supposed to do with their life. Like I said, I just did it for myself, and I just want to share with the world and help others, because I don't want people to keep struggling. I see that every day, and I don't want people to struggle. Like, it's not fun. People go from, this is why we see people for mental health issues and work. Oh my God, career, not making the money, or having not the best environment you're working in. Yeah, that adds a lot to help your mental health. Think about it. Why do you think we have FMLA and everything like that? That's why people want to, like, they want to leave their job. But people that really love their job, it's their work. They don't feel the need to retire. It's really crazy. Um, limited networking opportunities can also, for example, someone wants to work in a film but doesn't know anyone in the industry. Such a person can go ahead and attend local film festivals or workshop, or they can meet people who work in the film. Again, and a person who wanted to be a teacher now wants to do technology instead. So if you're changing your interest, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and change your interest, right? Such a person can explore courses or volunteer opportunities in technology to see if they can enjoy it or they want to pursue seriously. I understand that people say that mentorship is very important to go into, to look for a mentor, but always understand you want to be objective, even though you go to see a mentor. Some people are speaking from not they're not in the right career path, so you go talk to them, they're gonna give you the worst views. Understand that. That's why it's very important you know what you want for yourself. Okay. So a lot of other things, like I said, health issues can also be another one. So again, you want to make, so for example, a person that wants to be a nurse but has health challenges that makes it difficult. Such a person, you want to explore roles in the healthcare industry, right? For example, I realized for myself I enjoy more of a managerial of nursing, so I went and leaned towards that area. So that was what I did. So again, there's so many things you can do. People may chase the wrong career, dream, or job for several reasons. A student may choose to become a lawyer because their parents expect them to. Lack of self-understanding. Someone might choose to to do a technical job because they think they excel in math, but actually they may prefer working in a more creative field. Fear of uncertainty. A person might stay in a stable job they dislike because they are afraid to leave. They're afraid to leave and try something new, right? So these are the things that may cause us to chase and be in the wrong career path. Another one is idealized perception. A young person may want to be a celebrity chef because after watching a cooking show without understanding the hard work and the long hours that is involved. Short-term thinking. Yes, this is very important that I must mention. People think, oh my God, within a few, everybody wants to be, oh my God, all of a sudden I became a star and all of a sudden I made it. Yes, some people are going to be that, but some of us in reality, we're not going to do that. It really takes about 10 years. Give yourself a 10-year. It really takes 10 years for you to be where you're supposed to be. We have to think longevity, not just short term. Some people will make it quick, yes. But if you're the person that is still trying to discover yourself, give yourself a 7 to 10 year. Okay. It's not like I made it overnight. You will make it. Everybody will make it. The world is revolving and everybody will get their own bite. Okay. So short-term thinking, a person might choose a high-paying corporate job over a lower-paying job in a nonprofit sector that aligns with their values. So Those are the things, in like I said, if you want immediate reward, in some cases, immediate reward comes with more headache. But again, long-term fulfillment and job satisfaction should be our goal. Some people are following trends, right? A young adult may decide to pursue a career in social media marketing because it's the hot thing to do right now, but they may not have any interest in digital, despite not having any interest, right? You want to go ahead and do follow the trends, but it's really not what you really want to do. So sometimes people's past experiences might, may cause us to abandon our dream. For example, maybe a person might abandon their dream because, or maybe they were, for example, maybe someone wants to be a teacher. They went to teach. They went to do teaching, and now they're like, "Oh no, heck no! Teaching is not for me." Right? So it's so interesting. I was speaking to one of the pharmaceutical rep, and he mentioned to me that his parents were teachers, and he thought he was supposed to be a teacher when he was younger, but only for him to go ahead and do the teaching job and hated it. Right? But funny enough, they are pharmaceutical reps, and we were talking, and it's so interesting when we had the conversation. He realized that, oh, I am still teaching, and it's so crazy because he never realized, well, whatever he was doing as a pharmaceutical rep, he was still teaching. So this is very interesting. Like I said, yes, he was attracted to be the teacher, but he is still doing the teaching. He thought it was supposed to be a teacher, but no, he wasn't supposed to be a teacher. He was only attracted to a characteristics of the teaching, right? And he still works with children, coaching, and everything like that. So he's still doing teaching work. It's very interesting how, as like I said, as you discover yourself, you understand better about why you were attracted to a childhood dream. The childhood dream does not mean you're supposed to be that. Unfortunately, we thought that was what it was supposed to be, but no, not for everyone. Many people feel compelled to follow traditional career path despite their personal interest, right? Again, cultural expectations of influence, parental influence, right? Parents wanting to you to, they encourage their child to become something, or let's say an engineer, right? Because they want you to make good money. Absolutely. Parents have good ideas, and don't get it wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I want you to go ahead and explore, because we know that this can cause burnouts if you're in the wrong career path. Job security is another reason why you may be they may feel compelled to follow a certain career path, right? People want to do nursing because unfortunately they've made society has made it seem so glamorized that nursing is quick bank, but when people go into it, they realize how tough it is. It's not that easy. Fear of failure, society norms, right? Careers in healthcare, law, engineering are often seen as admirable, but like I said, you'll be very surprised. The people that are leading the technology now is big there. So leading individuals, leading them to go ahead and pursue those paths. Sometimes people are comparing themselves to their peers, right? Their friends. Oh, a student may choose to major in the business, for example, because their friends are doing the same, even if their passion was for environmental science. So sometimes lack of exposure, a student who only learned about common professions, right? I only knew limited professions. Now that I talk to people, I understand there are other professions out there that, I spoke to someone that was working in the pharmaceutical industry as well, and he actually helps people become, get jobs in the pharmaceutical industry. And he was telling me how he didn't know that as a pharmaceutical technician, right? You see them in the, Walgreens and everything like that. He was telling me how some jobs really you can actually make six figures with being a pharmaceutical technician, right? Not a pharmacist, but a pharmaceutical technician. You just have to take some classes, take some courses, and then you go up. He didn't, he was like, he didn't know that. A lot of people don't know these things. So we are only exposed to very few things, and we think that's what we should do. Economic pressure. A person may give up on their dream of becoming an artist to take a higher paying job in corporate management to ensure financial stability. Like I said, money is very important, but lifestyle, you also have to think about that. Educational system. Schools may prioritize when we're younger. They may prioritize, the science and the technology and the engineering and the mathematics. They may, they may prioritize that more, and as a result, people feel that, oh, I'm not good in those things, so that means I'm not gonna be like great like my other friends. Some people desire to be accepted by the society or by their parents. All right, they might choose to be a teacher because it's seen as a noble profession, right? Even though they may have interest in technology, for example. So all of these things are the things that I want you to consider when it comes to, when it comes to you choosing what career path or your dream life that you want to, go into. Determining whether a career path is the right choice or aligns with your dreams can be a deeply personal process. Here are some steps you can take to evaluate whether you are on the right track. So let's go ahead and give you some actionable plans of that can help you ensure you're in the right career path. I want you to go ahead and self-reflect, okay, for yourself. So let's talk about self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on your interests, your values, and your passions. Ask yourself, what activities make you feel fulfilled and energized? Questions to consider. What do I enjoy doing in my free time? What subjects or topics am I naturally drawn to? Identify your strengths. Recognize your skills and talent. Understand what you excel at can help you guide you towards a career that fits your abilities, right? Make a list of your strengths and how they align with the potential career option. Research the field. Oh my God, I tell my clients every time that I will give, like I said, I will do a live show on how to help you discover your passion and monetize your purpose, okay? And monetize your passion as well. Investigate the career you are considering. Look at the job description, required skills, and the day to day responsibilities. For example, people will say, oh, I'm studying economics, right? But let's go ahead and research what, like, before you go ahead and study that, research what the job market looks like. What are they paying? Right? What is required? And you go ahead and start working towards that so you can stand out. So use your online attend career fairs, connect with professionals in the field. Like I said, be objective even when you're connecting with people that are going to be mentoring you. Seek experiences if you're interested. Volunteer. Networking with professionals, attend industry events, or join professional groups. Meet other people in the same field. Will this career maintain the balance I want in my life? Right? Would it evaluate if this is going to give you the life work balance, if life work is what you want? If you know work life, then go ahead and examine that too. Consider the long term goals. Create a vision board. Write a statement about your long term. Remember, I told you it will take roughly 10 years. Don't think you're going to make it in 1 year. Some people do. Don't get it wrong. Everybody will get their bite. But give yourself about 10 years. But go ahead and visualize what kind of life you really want for yourself, right? Trust your instincts. Very important. I want you to go ahead and, I want you to feel, right? Reflect on how you feel when thinking about the career. Do you feel hopeful and inspired? For me, I made the change when I discovered I couldn't even envision myself. I couldn't envision myself going to the hospital. And I was like, no, I can't force it. Right? I wanted to at one point when I was younger. I thought before I knew and understood myself better. Right? But when I understood myself better, I'm like, oh no, Doyin. Now I can go to the hospital. I can do what I love. I can wear the white coat. I enjoy that. But I was like, I know I'll excel in school for medicine, but I was like, is it really what I want for my, is it going to give me the life work balance that I want? For me, I just did, I didn't see it as that. So I deviated. Right. And I'm not saying that medicine is not right. I'm sure I would have done great in medicine. I did some courses there. But like I said, I wanted to do something that was naturally something I just love. Assess financial considerations, right? Research salary ranges and jobs. Be open to change. Be open to change. Embrace the idea that it's normal to pivot or adjust your career goals as you grow and learn. If you're considering a degree in environmental science, set goals to take relevant courses and engage in related projects. You can also look into Fiverr, look for people that are actually going to help you with like create your resume very well. They have people that will do that, and trust me, it works. Many schools and universities offer career services for students and alumni. So by taking the steps, you gain clarity on whether a specific career path is right for you, ensuring that your choice aligns with your passions, your strength, and long-term goals. It's not just about the career, it's about what attracted you to the career choice, right? And a lot more other questions for you to ask about yourself, about your talents, your gifts, right? What are the things? The career you are attracted to is exposing something about yourself. It's exposing something about you. You need to identify what that is. Childhood dreams may be limiting you because you have not learned about yourself. You have not discovered who you are. But when you discover, you'll be very sure and certain that this is going to be my adult dream. There's nothing wrong with letting go of the childhood dream. There's nothing wrong with it. You can still have the adult dream too. And that could be your new dream. Be ready. We don't know ourselves all the way from when we were younger. We were still learning about life. We were just getting exposed to it. right? Even when it comes to the stages of development, a child is learning to see how they fit in the world. That is what it is that we're doing at the preschool year, right? Even up to all the way, even until when you're 13. You're not supposed to know everything about yourself. Give yourself some time. In your 20s to 30s to 40s, yeah, you're getting to know more about you. Okay, so don't feel pressured. Okay, so because of our childhood dream, again, our childhood dreams may not necessarily be our true dreams or adult dream. Okay, because of a lot of factors, the financial restraints, a lot of things are there. But before it's too late, you can go ahead and watch this video, send it to your friend, let them also come on board so they can learn more, share with your family and siblings and stuff like that. Because not everybody that you see is in the right career path. I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but at least I know I'm gifted in some area and I'm trying to help the world the way that I know how. And everybody has what it is that they're gifted at that they can use to help the world, right? It's what we want it to be a better place. This is how we get started. So discover yourself today, know about your strength, monetize your passion, monetize your purpose. And like I said, follow me more on Rethink Life with Doyin. This is some things that I'll be doing. I'll be doing in real time. Stay tuned. Once again, my name is Doyin. Thank you all for joining tonight. Have a wonderful night. See you next time. Bye for now.
Don't forget, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.